All right.
You're on. We can hear you.
Okay, great. Bye-bye.
All right.
I gave me the wrong number. Sorry, guys. Ooh, where's she at? All right. So are we in record mode? This is recording already. Let me wait for her to log on. Hi, Michelle.
I'm trying to get this on my computer instead of my phone.
Okay.
So
It's kind of funny sometimes. Like, I mean, I was just having issues right now, but once you understand it and get it, it gets a little easier and easier. So
okay.
are you on your phone now, Michelle, or your computer?
I'm on my phone, but I'm having to hold my phone up, so I'm trying to get on the computer.
Oh, okay. Well, take your time. We're here. We won't start until you're done.
Okay. All right. 821 897 1829. I don't think you have to do the space, do you? Open Zoom meetings. Now, okay, cool. All right. Now you see me. Okay, how do I shut this? Okay, how do I do it? I don't know. Okay, what do I do?
Okay, so did you hang up on your phone?
I'm trying to, but I don't know how to. Hold on. Oh, wait.
You just hang up your phone and then it'll go.
How do I don't know what to do.
If you swipe the screen right or left, there's an option that'll say leave.
All right. Swipe.
It's okay. I just muted your cell phone. I muted your cell phone, so you're good. You can figure it out later. But I can hear you on your laptop, but not your cell phone.
You can see me on the computer?
Michelle, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see. Where did she go? Oh. Okay, I think you just, Michelle.
Baby, you turned off.
Yeah, he turned off the computer one.
You turned off the computer one. Oh,
it's okay. I'm going to get started. I'm going to record it. So you can play with it, Michelle. I'm going to mute you anyway, so that way you can be back and forth if you want.
All right, because I'm aggravated because I don't know how to do all this.
That's okay. I know. In time, we get better and better in time.
Wait.
So let's see, who do we have on? Janie. All right. So I'm going to hit. Sarah, did you hit record already?
Yes, it's already going to be recorded.
Okay, great. All right. So I'm just going to get started, guys. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Melissa Carazon. I've been in the business now 4 years with It Works Global. And I won't go into depth about my story because I shared it yesterday on our online party if you guys were able to attend that. But we wanted to put a quick new distributor together so that way when you start bringing in distributors the rest of this month of May, you will be able to share this Zoom video with them so that way they're not wasting any time in their business as far as getting started. So what I would like to do, Sarah and Nina, what we're going to be doing is a monthly new distributor training. Okay, so that way it can say like May or June. So that way, if any updates come up throughout the month, we can update everyone as far, with the changes. So
all right.
You're a new distributor. The first most important thing is you want to get paid, right? Although you haven't started sharing your business yet, the first thing you want to do is you want to log into your eSuite by using your password and your distributor number that you created. Okay, that's the first thing you want to do. And you also want to fix the commission hold button. There's a commission hold in red. Well, it means commission hold, but there's words on the top right when you log in for the very first time. You just have to verify your name and your address and type in your name. And again, that is just making sure that when you enrolled it as a distributor, you know, that's your correct name and your address. So sometimes we enroll distributors ourselves for them. And so that's a way they can verify that we put in their name right. Or if they did it in a hurry, again, it's just a step just to verify for tax purposes. So that's the first thing you want to make sure that all your new distributors are doing. And you want to make sure you do that as well before you even start working this business, right? Because if you don't fix that commission hold, you are not going to get paid. So we need to make sure everybody does that. Also, a very most important thing is know your website name, because as you start talking to people, let me tell you, many people forget the name. So write it down on a paper, keep it in your purse, keep it somewhere saved in your phone, or take a picture of it just so that way you can have that. Another thing I want to share is the U training that's available. It's called, whenever you log into eSuite, on the very top, it's called It Works U. That is training that you get through It Works. And I'm so glad they actually have that in place for us, because it makes our job a lot easier as a distributor, right? Because our job is also to continue to fill out the steps to success and fill it in. And so we still have to complete the steps to success. So what does that mean? That means we are out looking for customers and distributors just like you. And so we have what's called the It Works U training on the very top of eSuite. Right now it's under construction, but it's going to be coming live, not live, but it's going to be updated soon. So until then, we're going to use each other. We're going to help each other get through everything until they put that back up. It's been down for a little over a month now.
That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, so that's there for us in the future. Just wanted to let you know that. But what I wanted to get into is, let's see, where do I have that? Is just basically how we do this business. There are several ways you can actually work your business. Of course, whenever you find out what you truly like to do, it becomes easy. So I'll break that down real quick. We have an ambassador here local to my town, Erin Tweed. She loves social media and Instagram and Facebook, and she's always teaching her team how to be smart about that, how to be smart whenever you're promoting it through social media. And she shared a lot of tips, which I'm going to be breaking down the basics of all that for you all. Also, messaging, what to tell people when you're new, who to contact when you're new. We're going to go through that. And we're going to also talk about parties online and also in homes. Okay. So I'm going to break a little bit of that down. So let's start with posting on social media. And we'll start with Facebook, since we all utilize Facebook majority of the time. Instagram obviously is there as well, but we'll just talk about Facebook tonight. Let me see. Okay, let me go back here. All right, so as far as posted on social media, whenever we all start this business, when I started this business, I barely logged on Facebook like once every 2 weeks, to be honest. Like, it was something that I would just go like, let me unmute real quick. All right, so everybody's muted. All right, so Facebook to me in the very beginning, which is just like majority of everybody. Even when I just enroll a new distributor, I'm not expecting them to like be this master expert as far as posting on social media. Like, no, when I started It Works, I barely logged in Facebook like maybe once, maybe 3 times a month. And that was just to scroll and snoop around. What's she doing? What's this girl doing from high school? What's this person up to? And I use it to just, reach my family members through Messenger, because it was just so much easier. So that's what I utilized Facebook for 4 years ago. Now, when you ask me today what Facebook is for me, it is my business. Facebook is my business. My kids know that when I'm on social media, that it's not to joke around or play around. It is strictly for work. If you want me to stay home and be your mama and get paid, then these are the requirements that, you know, when you see me on the phone talking to somebody, it's work. It's not playtime, it's work. So of course, along the way, you're going to get better and better at it. But I want to talk about some basics that everybody can start utilizing now. Right now, I do post, like today, I lacked on posting. There's going to be days that you lack. That's normal. You know, my baby's been sick, and the story goes on and on and on. So yes, I was not up to date on posting a day. But normally when you get started for new beginners, I would definitely recommend at least 3 times a day. The 3 times that people are on Facebook is in the morning. And I would say anywhere between 6 o'clock to 8:30, you want to post something that's positive and inspirational, something that is, you know, is going to get people to like your stuff, you know. Every day I feel different. You know, we all wake up with, I feel like every day, like my purpose is different, you know, although I'm doing the same thing, but I'm more focused on moms, or the next day I'm more focused on single moms, or the next day I'm more focused on, you know, people who are going through divorces. So I'll post something inspirational for whatever, you know. So every day you think of different things. But again, starting your day with inspiration, that inspirational post is really attractable. As far as how people look at you on Facebook. Okay. The second post should be anything about opportunity to me. Opportunity around lunchtime, 12:30, 12:45. Majority of the world is on lunch break. And opportunity makes sense because guess what you're doing when you're on lunch break? You're talking about the office, or you're talking about your day and how it didn't go right, or something, right? Except Fridays, everybody's happy because it's payday, besides Friday, guys. So normally people have time to scroll through Facebook those next 15 minutes before they go back to work. So you definitely want to make sure you put some type of opportunity post. And we're going to talk about how and what to put. You obviously don't want to say something that doesn't really sound real. You want to be you, because your friends are going to know if that sounds like you or not. So you definitely want to just say, you know, and I'll give you an example. Earlier today, I was just thinking about, you know what? I've been in the business 4 years, and sometimes I lose track as far as in the very beginning why I started. Why are people attractive to this business? And it's because they want to make an extra $500. It's not because people want to make 2, 3, 4, 5 right away. They're not thinking that far ahead. So whenever I was thinking earlier, I was like, you know what? Me and my husband are going to Austin. I'm just going to put something really quick, like, you know, I remember those few years in the very beginning when I started It Works, I wanted to have extra money for us to enjoy our trip, me and my husband. And so I did wrap parties, I sold wraps, I did these little things on the side, aside of my full-time career, to be able to like pay for that trip for us for free, you know, through It Works. And so that's what I shared today. So things like that means opportunity. So anybody that likes it, to me, that means opportunity, and that means that I'm going to message them later about making extra money if they like my post or whatever. So you don't want to go to, well, which brings me to my next thing. Your third post should at least be after work hours. I would say between 6 p.m. all the way to 9. It just depends on your time. Any time between that time frame, post something, maybe a before and after photo, or you using your product. Whatever it is. If you just tried the wrap and you're still amazed at what it did to you and your skin, share that. Share those words with people. People are drawn to that. They're not going to be drawn if you go to Google and you copy this picture that's blurry and you post it, you know, and don't say any words. You know, people don't like that. They're going to see that and you're just going to turn them away. So make sure you're not going to Google, and if you go to Google and type in It Works Global Pictures, do not copy any of those pictures, please, because those are the most blurriest ones. People want crisp, clean pictures coming around on their newsfeed. People are attracted to like bright. Right now, a lot of people are liking pineapples and stuff like that, you know, summertime, sun, whatever. But, you know, make sure it's attractive. So, We also have a Pinterest. It Works has a Pinterest page. There's so many nice things that you can get tips from. And I'll be honest, whenever I started to revamp my Facebook as far as treat it like my business, I went to other successful distributors with this company, and I just glance at their Facebook to see what they're posting. They're obviously successful, so what are they posting? Because that's actually how I learned. That's actually how I learned a lot about social media and what I should be posting. There was some distributors that, had like this brand, and you're going to hear from time to time, make yourself a brand, whether if it's pink and gold and stick to pink and gold, glitter, whatever you want to do, stick to some type of system that you want to share across your social media. And right now, I'll tell you mine. It is the pictures with the white border frame around it. I share it on Facebook, and I also share it on Instagram, which is pretty simple, right? It's just when you add that white border around your pictures and you like brighten it up a little bit. The apps that I use for pictures is called WordSwag, WORDSWAG. And PhotoGrid, which is free on Apple phones. I don't know about Android, but those apps, you can do wonders with the pictures nowadays. Now, we don't want you spending hours creating these pictures. Like, this should take you a few seconds to do, okay? So you don't want to, you want to spend your time asking people to be your customer distributor. That's where your time should be. But I do remember that at night I would prep my social media like for the next week, because again, I was working full time. I was a busy mom, and I was just always running around with a sick kid or a person in football and this and that or whatever. So I had every excuse in the book not to make this work for me, but I chose to change my situation. And so I just had to freaking learn it, And so I wanted to start using social media because it's just a lot easier getting in front of a bulk of people. I'll be honest. It's a lot easier. And why not work smarter than harder, Anyway, so posting. So posting on social media and being consistent with your posts. Now, whenever you're posting, again, you want to mix It Works into your life. You don't want to sign up as a distributor and tomorrow just post It Works, It Works, It Works, It Works. It works, before and after photos. It works, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to overload people with just it works, When you go to my Facebook, it's obvious that I do It Works, and it's obvious what I have, but you want to incorporate, the fun things. So let's think about the fun things really quick. And here is a tip that I learned from Tiffany Herr like about a year ago. She said, what are your favorite 5 things you like to do? Just think about them. Write them down. When I wrote mine down, at that time it was summer, and a lot during the summertime, me and my husband, he likes to go motorcycle riding. And so I wrote that down because during that season, that's what we do. And then I wrote down red hair because I wanted to go brighter. And so I just wrote that down. But there's different things that you like that separate us, So write those things down and incorporate that on your Facebook. That's what you want to be sharing with people. That's how you're going to get like-minded people on your team. Every now and then I enroll a distributor, and she's like, oh my God, I like this about you and that about you and that. And I'm like, man, we like a lot of things in common. Well, she started following me because of the other things, then learned what I did with It Works, and then fell in love with Levi, which is my 15-month-old son. And before we even met, you know what I mean? So that is the message you want to bring across social media. So that's some posting tips for you there. Now with this business, we can post, you can have the beautiful post, you can get people liking it, but how are you going to get people to buy from you, right? Or sign up on your team, right? That's the most challenging thing, right? So It's pretty simple, guys. You just got to ask. So let me give you some tips on how to ask and what I actually tell people. So whenever I am consistent with posting, I'm going to generate all these different likes. I'll post something with Levi in the morning. I'm so glad I get to sleep in with him. I'm getting to raise my 4th baby. I feel bad I couldn't raise my 3 or something like that, So that to me is an opportunity post because, anybody that liked that, which every time I post pictures of my kids, I get like 100 likes, 200 likes, 300. And so that to me is, I'm going to ask them. They're liking my stuff. They're engaging with me and I'm just going to ask. And so just because you're posting on social media consistently, every now and then you'll get somebody messaging you in your inbox about the opportunity or products, okay? But a lot of my customers and distributors on my team come from me starting the conversation. Not them, it's me, okay? And let me tell you, so many people are afraid to even have the courage to ask you, hey, tell me more about how to make money. Like, they're so scared to tell you that. And the reason why I know this is because my first year in the business, I remember not wanting to ask because I thought, this, that, and the other. But once I started hearing from other people that actually joined my team, why they didn't join sooner is because I didn't even ask them sooner. They would have joined me right when I started had I asked them. You know what I mean? So when I finally found the courage to ask them or had the courage, they're on my team like nothing. They're out. A few of them said, I was waiting for you to tell me, So don't be afraid to ask people. People are going to say no. Who cares? Once you get over that fear of hearing the no's, we all get no's all the time. But let me tell you, a lot of those no's turn into yeses later. And many of those no's you get now because they don't have money or it's personal. It's very personal. They don't want to share it with you. So when somebody tells me, they're highly interested in a wrap, et cetera, but I never close them, I don't feel like I did something wrong. I don't feel like, because they haven't bought for me, maybe because they didn't like my post when they in the beginning, all those thoughts were in my head my first few months in the business. But as they started to enroll later with me, they told me, I was embarrassed to say I didn't have money. I was embarrassed to say me and my husband were getting divorced. I was embarrassed because of this. I was embarrassed because of that. So if people are not buying from you and it's just kind of not clear why, don't worry about that. You just keep asking the next person. So don't get stuck on the people that haven't joined your team yet or that have not become your customer yet. So as far as messaging goes, whenever I post let's do a hair example. Whenever I post a hair, skin, and nail post on Facebook, lately I've been saying something like, sorry, somebody messaged me. I get so distracted. So every time, let me turn it around. Every time somebody, I do a post and I've been doing that. What's been working for me, guys, is this, just those big text words, those big, when you write a few words on Facebook, it comes like really big jumbo text. Okay. That's what I really like. And what a lot of people actually respond to. It's crazy. They don't even respond to pictures. They respond to those texts, big words. And it'll say something like, I'm looking for 5 people that want to grow their hair by summer. Message me or comment me. Like, that is what people are responding to. And then, or I'll put arrows, an arrow down. And then of course I'll put the picture in the comment section. Okay. So yes, they can get a glance at the picture if they decide to click on the comment section. And I get people that like it. People comment me. It's not like 20 people. It's always like, 2 or 3 or 4, not this dramatic number. But all the people that like it, I also ask them too. So if somebody says or messages me, Melissa, I'm interested in hair pills, tell me more. I want to tell you guys that the most simplest way to win them is if you keep it so simple, like kindergarten simple. So it goes something like this. Melissa, tell me more about the hair pills. Oh, great. I'm excited to tell you about what they do, or more about it. But let me ask you a few questions first. Who are they for? Question mark. Because I want to generate a conversation with this person, not just, oh, great, you know, the hair pills are wonderful, and send them this big paragraph, become a loyal customer, $33. No, you don't want to do that because you're going to scare them away. So I always ask, who are these pills for? Are they for you, someone else? Because a lot of people ask for friends. They ask for friends. They ask for their husband that's balding, you know, so I want to know who they're for. And once they, you know, say me, then the next question is, tell me more about your hair. Because I want to know why they want to take it. You know, when you understand and dig deep down as far as sometimes it's pain, like frustrations within their body. Once you understand and uncover all that stuff, they're going to spill everything to you. And whenever you turn around and recommend something for them, because they just told you all this stuff, they're going to buy from you. They feel comfortable with you ordering or them being your customer because they've already spilled everything out to you. And that's what you want them to do. Okay. You want to understand why they're taking the hair pills. So, this one situation really quick, she responded with her for me. I said, oh, great. Okay. Tell me more about your hair. And she says, oh my gosh, Melissa, she sent me this long paragraph, like from 5 years ago, like 5 years ago, blah, 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 blah. And right. The list goes on. And towards the end, she sent me a picture of her hair and she was balding all in this area. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, like this lady is really like losing her hair. I can't imagine me losing my hair. And if I scrolled across Facebook and somebody says hair pills, grow your hair, I would be all over it if I was losing my hair. So I was putting myself in her shoes, and I just felt I don't want to feel sorry for them, but I just felt bad because I just can imagine. So I told her, oh, you know, I want to share what we have, you know. Let me find some pictures of some friends or testimonials that have a similar situation like you. And I have those pictures, guys. If y'all need them, I will share them with you. We have a few distributors that actually had lost their hair in the front and grew their hair with hair, skin, and nails. So make sure you save that on your phone. I'll forward that to you and I'll put it on the team page. But I shared that picture with her and she was sold. So then the next thing I said was, is there anything else that I can help you with? Is maybe, do you need more energy? By any chance you want to lose weight? You know, because, you know, there's other things that I can help you with. And she was like, you know what? I am interested in losing 50 pounds. So of course that conversation went on and on and on. Right. But before the night was over, I told her, look, we can focus on weight loss later, but I was just curious as far as your goals. But let's get you started on these hair pills. What I recommend is you starting, what I recommend is it goes something like I have it saved on my phone. Sorry. What I recommend is you using the hair, skin, and nails, for 90 days. Because I really want, you know, it's going to take more than 30 days, obviously, but I recommend using at least for 90 days. If you buy them and commit to buying the hair, skin, and nails for 90 days, which is, you know, in May, you're going to get one. In June, you're going to get one. In March. And that's literally how I say it. In May, you get one, comma. June, you get another one, comma. You know, you want to talk real to them. And, you know, if we do that, then you can get them at my cost. You know, how does that sound? Are you ready to start tonight? And that's it. You know, so the next thing is, of course, she's ready, right? She told me, yes, I'm ready. You know, how do I do this? You never want to send people directly to your website. Although she has a need, I know she would probably buy it in most cases, but I rarely send people direct to my website because when we hang up on the phone or we stop messaging, you know, people are so busy nowadays. There can be so many things that interfere from the time she hangs up with me or stops messaging me and get to her website, whatever, to the website. So many things can happen. And I want that sell right then and there. So I always tell them, I would love to order for you if you feel comfortable. Here's the information that I would need, you know, name, email, you know, whatever, right? And I make it really small. Here's an information that I need. And then they normally respond right away like, okay, can you call me and I'll give you my information? Or I always throw, if they're hesitating, you know, like sometimes when you send the message and it's taken a few seconds for them to respond, or maybe a minute or two goes by, then I'll say something like, or hey, you know, let me give you my phone number so you can call me. We can do it that way. I can walk you through it as well. If you want to go through my website, I can walk you through it. So in this case, I walked her through the website. She wasn't completely, she didn't give me all her information, but I did walk her through my website. She became a customer on the hair, skin, and nails. But I do know that she wants to lose weight. So that's going to be something that now I'm going to add her to the online parties that we have, right? Because she's already my customer. I already locked her in. She's with me. I'm going to take good care of her. And eventually I'm going to get her on our weight loss products. So if they tell you that they want to lose weight and they don't buy the products right away, see if there's something else that you can get them on, like Fat Fighters or Thermal Fit, greens, one product, just so they can be your customer. And then they can grow, you know, you can help them get into the other things later, okay? They don't have to buy everything all at one time, okay? So, so keeping it simple is the best thing that you can do to simplify your business. Be you, talk real, no cursing or anything like that. You know what I mean? But, you know, so messaging, posting, I have some notes here. Let's see. Okay. So as far as distributors go, when somebody says, Melissa, I'm interested in being a distributor, send me more information. Again, simple. I'm thinking, when is our next online party? I'm thinking, when was our last online party? And then I'm thinking, what do they do? Is she a nurse? Is she, what, you know, I'm always thinking, you know, what do they do for a living, first of all? And so whenever she says, Melissa, I'm interested in being a distributor, tell me more information. You know, I always ask them, well, I would love to send you information, but I would like to understand why you want this business first. What is it that you do for a living now? ? And then she'll respond, okay, why do you think you want to start this business? Is it for extra income? Obviously, but why? You want to understand and uncover why they want to do it. Is it because they need food? Is it because they need to pay their light bill? Or are they going through hard times? Like, you want to understand, again, just like that other customer on her hair and her losing her hair, you know, now we connect with that. Same thing with distributors. If you can understand these people that are interested and that want to join your team, and if you can get to that level with them, they're going to join you. They're going to be honest and upfront, and they're going to say, you know what? Wow. You know, so I'll give you an example. This one girl messaged me, Melissa, I'm interested in the business. And I said, okay, great. You know, I said, you know what? I've been seeing you post on Facebook like a lot. So I know you would be good at this because you're already on Facebook every day. And then I'll like put some smiley faces or whatever, right? Because you know, obviously I follow my friends, my stranger friends that are on Facebook. Of course, these are people that I add as friends on social media. And so that was the first thing I asked her was, you know, hey, you know, I know, you know, according to Facebook, you are in real estate. Are you, you know, and she's like, yes, I sell homes and this and that. And I'm like, how's that going for you right now? You know, and then she's going to tell you, oh my God, I'm switching companies, blah, 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 whatever it is, right? So in this case, she was switching from one company to another company, and there was going to be a time frame where she was not going to get any money. So she was wanting to get extra income for this short period of time. And so I asked her, well, how much money are you looking to make? Because you can make anything you want here with us, but you know, I want to be real with you. And if you tell me like $3,000, well, it's going to take a while to get $3,000. I just want to be upfront with you. But we can work towards that. I can show you what it takes to get there, and all that. So understanding why they want to join your team is so very, very important. Let me tell you, if you understand all those things, they are going to sign with you. And if they don't sign with you right away, they're going to tell you when they get paid. They're going to most likely give you all their information to sign them in on that day. And so in this case, this girl didn't get paid until another week out. So I told her, look, you know, next week I'm going to be very, very busy with parties. You can send me all your information now, and then on Friday morning, I'll enter you in the system. Send me a picture of you because I cannot wait to welcome you to the team. So as people start sending me their pictures, I start putting that welcome on their picture and I send it to them. Okay, look, this is a picture that I'm going to welcome you in on our team and introduce you next Friday. So it gets them excited. So I know that Friday she's going to be locked in because I already have all her credit card information and her social, everything that we need. So uncovering why they want to get started will help you. Okay. Also, as far as posting goes, you know, whenever you're posting product, you definitely want to be a product of the product, and you want to post something like, if you look at my Facebook, one of the last videos I did was with the cleanse. It was like really corny, but I was taking my cleanse and I'm like, you know what? I need to take this little video that I'm taking my cleanse, because I truly was. And a few of my customers ordered cleanse. Although they were already my customers, they happened to see my Facebook, see my little video I did, and they went in to order cleanse. So whenever you're sharing the opportunity, your customers can also join as a rep in time, you know, once they fall in love with the product. Whenever you're sharing you or whatever, you're also still, you know, helping your customers that are already your customers. So that was a good thing that I did that video, because I would have never asked them if they wanted it. I would have never thought to message them to see if they needed a cleanse. You know, that's something that they saw me sharing online. All right. So on Facebook, I hope this is not like too much for you guys. I know you're all new, but if I had used this tool when I started Facebook back 4 years ago, I think I would have grew a lot faster. And so I'm going to share this with you all, because this is actually a tool that I'm incorporating today. All right. So on Facebook, there is an area where you can add, it's called friends list. So on this friends list, you're able to, and we can do a separate video and I can show you all how to do it, but I just want to throw it out there so that way you can write down on your notes for later. Okay. So that way you can do it right away. So on this friends list, you can put something like potentials. You can create one for loyal customers. You can create one for potential distributors, or whatever, potential customers. I normally have those 4. Those are the 4 that I actually use. So everybody that I add as a friend on Facebook and they accept my friendship, the minute that they add me and say yes, I go to friends and edit the list, and I check it that they're a potential. I don't know if they're going to do anything or not, but I tag them as my potential. These people are not going to know that you categorize them under a list. They're not going to know. Okay. So let me just tell you that. But it helps you be more organized as far as posting, and you can be more proactive down the road for later on. Because once your list starts growing and growing, you have 100, 200, 300, 4,000 people in there, you can target those lists. So I'll give you an example. We did an online party yesterday, right? The team did an online party for everybody to invite your potentials. I went to Facebook and I shared that online party information, and I targeted my potential list. So although you all may be my friend on Facebook, right? But because these other people are tagged as my friend, as my potential, when I posted that on Facebook, y'all didn't see it. Only they saw it. Okay. So those are ways that you can like hit more times than your regular friends. You know what I mean? You'll still do some things public and things like that. A lot of things are, however, friends are public, however you want to post it, but you want to start utilizing those friends lists, because in the future, it's just going to make your social media potentials so like easier to talk to. And so you're going to just make more people come to you. So we'll do a separate, I actually have another video that actually showed you how to do that. Okay. So just an FYI, make that note, write that note down so that way you can do that. So we can touch on that later. All right. So let me unmute Sarah real quick.
Melissa, you muted yourself.
I just saw that. I for a long time? Shh. No.
No, I'm kidding. You just after you said
Now I gotta
after you
put
said
something
I'm
beyond
gonna,
it.
you
Really?
said I'm gonna unmute Sarah and then you muted yourself.
Okay. Y'all hear Levi back there?
So there was no questions asked.
Sarah? Sarah, can you hear me? All right, so I don't know what's up with that, but all right, so I'll keep going. All right, so another thing that you can work your business is through parties. And the online parties. So what are they? The online parties is something that we're going to have for you weekly. And again, the more people you add, the more potentials you add, the people that you're talking to on a weekly basis, you throw them in there, all your potentials. Not throw them in there, but you ask them permission. Everybody you add to online parties, you definitely want to ask for permission. They will thank you and they will respect you a lot. They will respect you a lot because again, this is a business. You don't want to just like spam everybody, right? Because then that's going to put a negative thing out there for you. You want to ask. So, we have tips on asking. We won't go into that, but online parties, if you're brand new, I definitely recommend you targeting your warm market. Warm market means your close family and friends, the people that if you were sick, who you're going to call, I talk to all those people, add them in there. Because lately, I'll just go back to I always go back to when I was new, my first year in the business. Again, I was your working, typical busy mom that just, wanted to do so much. It works, but just really, I was just trying and I wanted more and more and more, but it's like we only have so much time in the day, right? So whenever Tiffany posts that she was doing these online wrap parties, I made it a goal to ask people to go. I made it a goal to reach out to the people that told me once that they were interested in my products or business to ask permission if I can add them on there, and it was always like that person that you're scared to ask and they end up saying, okay, sure, add me. It's always those people that end up like signing up like nothing or becoming your customer like nothing. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl was on my chicken list for this and this and this and that reason. And she's like the easiest person to talk to. Like, dang it, So after going through a lot of those situations, I got over myself, guys. And I'm just not afraid to ask anybody now today. I'm not afraid. Most importantly, because I know what this business can do for anybody, any one of us. I know what it's done for me so far for my family, and I will continue to share this business with my heart. I'm going to continue to give, to be that person to help people dream today. I'm going to be that person that's going to give somebody hope. I want to be that person to tell them, you know what, you're in debt. You don't have to wait 30 years to pay it off or 20 years. Let's try to work on it and pay it off in 5 years. How does that sound? Like, come on, if I give you some things to do, will you be willing to do that? So that way you can target your, pay your debt off. So those are the things that we can do. So we need to be proud that we have, it works, this vehicle to be able to do all that. Some people are not attractive to money. Some people are attractive to clothes and purses and stuff like that. Some people are attractive to travel. So you want, whenever you're posting, you want to kind of throw in different things, in there, because you're always going to attract somebody different. So parties. So I mentioned the online parties. That's something we're going to do every Wednesday night. Okay. You can even have parties at your house. Yeah. My first 2 years in the business that got me to triple diamond was having home sample parties. And you know what? My kids were running around. My husband was playing the music in the background. That is my sample party. Like, I'm inviting people to my house. They're going to see this busy mom trying to work in this sample party in her crazy life. Okay. Like, people, sometimes people wouldn't even show. Sometimes I had a like packed in the house. Like it just depends, you know? So don't be afraid to do something like that. Of course, for me, I have a husband, so he was there to, you know, kind of, you know, I don't know. I just open my house for anybody. So I just hope nothing, you know, I would just pray nothing bad ever happened, but nothing ever crazy happened. So, you know, you can do those type of things. You can just start with your family and friends and just, you know, what I did was I opened it up every Friday on paydays for people. And I just posted on social media. I would love, you know, I'm having a sample party at my house from 7 to 9, message me for the address. And then I'll put some before and pictures, whatever, you know, that's how I shared it for, you know, my first 2 years in the business. And I had people coming, and sometimes, like I said, I didn't have anybody coming, but you don't let that time people don't come to, like, you know, deter you from like working your business. Like, no, people get busy and things change, but they'll come around, you know? So, having your home sample parties are another way you can rock this business. Ashley Olive is a math teacher that resigned 6 months in this business when she hit Presidential Diamond, I think like in 8 months, through home sample parties. Like Ashley is, now she's like in social media, but she grew all the way to Presidential Diamond through home sample parties. And I'm gonna give you some tips on how she got these parties going. So home sample parties means that you know, she started at home, right? And then she started going to other people's homes. So when she enrolled a new distributor, she said, you know, you're enrolled, you know, welcome to the team. What day out of these next 7 days you want to have your sample party? Which day? She didn't give nobody options like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. No, within this 7 days. Don't worry about product. I'm bringing everything in your house. What day? You know, get 2, 3, 4, 5 people there. That's okay. You know, ask 10. If 2 show up, I'll still be there. If 0 show up, I'll still be there. So she booked so many people on her calendar. She went to that house, right? She did her little thing. She also has her live wrap party video on YouTube, Ashley Olive Wrap Party. If you Google that, you'll be able to find her live doing a wrap party at a home. And it's so simple. Like, she is not sampling every product we have. It's just the greens and it's just the wraps. That is it. She makes sure she has catalogs and pins so people can fill out the order form. Like, she does it the old school way. Okay. And she went, you know, I mean, you know, like, we have the app, right? But like paper, she's like, no, here. Because you can put that paper in front of 10 people and let them pencil everything in. You know, it's so simple, right? So she did it, and she hit Presidential Diamond in, I think, 8 months in this company. Like, it's crazy how she rocked those sample parties. But she knew what she was giving up. She gave up some nap times with her sons. She had 3 boys. She gave up a lot to be able to do these sample parties, but she realized what her future was going to look like. You know, when she left her career, her teaching 8th grade math career, like, you just don't quit on school districts, you know? But she quit. I think she was like a few people away from ambassador. So she quit the school district when she was making well over $20,000 a month, you know? So in order to make this business work, you're going to have to sacrifice some things here and there. You're going to have to sacrifice some birthday parties or whatever it is. If, you know, this weekend I have 2 wrap parties scheduled, and, you know, we have other family events going on. Well, guess what? I'm just not going to be able to attend it. My husband's going to attend it with my kids, and I'm going to go run our family business. That's what it takes in order to go ambassador, you know, or any level with the company. So you're going to have to be willing to do some things like that. But again, it's what you're going to be gaining in the future. Okay. So, so that's that. So some tips on Ashley Olives, and I'll post this on the team page so y'all can copy it and save it. She booked her wrap parties with these simple words. I'm gonna read it. It says, "Hey girl, my enroller challenged me to get a party booked. So I am busting butt to make it happen. It will not cost you a dime, but it would mean the world to me." So she's basically asking her friends to host the wrap party. It's not going to cost that person nothing to do it. Ashley's bringing everything, you know, but it's going to cost the people that are there listening $25 if they want to try the wrap. So anyways, and the next thing she would say, feel free to bring $25 to leave smaller in an hour, or you can leave, you can still leave your wallet at home, but it would mean the world to me if you can attend. So some people were showing up with $25, some weren't, but believe me, after she got done with her presentation, which is again on YouTube online, y'all can all go watch it. It's the simplest presentation, guys. Oh my gosh. Whenever you see it, you're like, oh, I can do that. So, once she got done with her presentation, people were borrowing $25. People were saying, okay, you know what? Why don't I have a wrap party at my house? Whatever. So she just kept them going. But that's the verbiage that she used. Isn't that like so simple, right? Like there's nothing to it. So once I got that verbiage, I'm like, so that's the secret. Her secret was saying busting butt, really. Anyway, so I joked around with her with that one. So I'm just making sure I'm not losing anything. Okay, so for you all, I know that you all may not feel comfortable sharing all the products or, right now, because it takes time to understand the products and learn what they do. You can find all that in the catalog. My goal was to study a few, one product a week. I don't know if it was a week or every 2 days or something. But like old school, I put it on those little what are they called? The index cards, and I would write fat fighters, and I would put on the back what they did. So that's how I learned it. But so however your fashion of learning, just do that. But we have a product coach website. It's called, y'all may want to get a pen out for this one.
Okay.
It's called productcoach.itworks.com.
Coach.itworks.com.
So everything in that website, I mean, you can ask it caffeine, what products have caffeine in it. You can ask it what does the wrap do? I mean, all these little questions that every now and then you'll get somebody asking you some random question oh, nobody's ever asked me that before, but let me look for you. You can go to that website and type it in there. Majority of the time it's in there. You can find it. You can actually learn about a lot of the products and more in depth as far as that goes. So that's what that website's for. It's for you, for the products. So I've learned a lot from that one, actually. I haven't even used it in a while, but I was on that my first year in the business. Back and forth. Okay, so I talked about messaging. I talked about posting on social media and parties. At the end of the day, we were on a call with Pam Souter, which is a person the first rap girl. And she basically said, this business is so freaking simple. We just complicate it. It's so simple. We, our freaking mind just wants to take over and say, no, you can't do it. No, you can't do it. No, our mind is crazy. It plays tricks on you. And then you feed it some good words and you feed it some good inspirational this and then you're ready to freaking go conquer the world. You know what I mean? It's crazy how 1 minute you're for everything and the next minute you're just So a lot of time, and that is all it is. It's us getting over ourselves, whether we're scared to ask somebody or we're scared or whatever it is. Our fears are all different. My fear is still dogs till today. I don't know if I can ever get over that, but just setting your for me, what helps me, guys, I mean, some people ask me, Melissa, you've been doing this 4 years, girl, how do you stay going? And to be honest, for me, I've been working since I was 16 years old. I'm 30, gonna be 36 July 31st, and I met It Works when I was 32. So to me, I'm gonna have to work regardless. Okay. I'm your working mom. I will always provide for my family. I don't want to put all that pressure on my husband. That's just how I am. But, you know, I'm healthy. Why not help provide, right, to the family? So I know that's something that I'm going to do forever. And when I compare it to the things that I've done in my past, my working careers, and comparing it to like what It Works is doing for me now and what it can still do for me for the future, it's just not comparable. Like, that's what keeps me going, to be honest, you know? And some people say, like, you're still sharing that rap. Like, how can you share it over and over and over and not get tired of that, And I'm like, well, what do you do for a living? And they'll say X, Y, and Z. Oh, how many years have you been there? X, Y, and Z, right? And I'm like, you don't ever get tired of sharing that product that you have, that your company's making $1 million for, And then there was another girl, she sold what I did, websites for a living with Google and all that other stuff. And I'm like, well, you're still like promoting something. At the end of the day, whatever job we have, we're making people money, right? We're making people money. Some girl said, oh, if I enroll, you're going to make cuts off of me. And I'm like, yeah, if you're successful. If you're not, then I'm not going to make crap, But I want you to be successful. I want you to dream. I want you to have this. I want you to do that. Of course, you have to be willing to do that. But at the end of the day, all our careers are driving money for different companies. The only difference, guys, is that, with multi-level marketing company, you will build residual income. You can take those long weeks vacations in the future. You don't even have to leave your career. You don't have to leave your career, but it can give you options in the future if you ever want to. I thought I was never going to leave my career when I started It Works, and I'll go into my story really quick. What time is it? 9:04. But when I was in the business about 6-7 months, my mom got really sick on me, and it shifted my mind. I had to leave work to care for her, me and my sister. And me being away from my career, I experienced freedom. And I'm like, man, I've never had this. Only when I was pregnant, what is that? Pregnancy leave for what? 6 weeks?
Maternity.
Yeah. So that's like the only freedom I've ever experienced is me being pregnant away from work. But other than that, I've always worked. So just having the freedom just to do the simplest things here at the house, not on the time schedule, blah, 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 blah. I wanted that. I was just like, man, that is a life, And then I experienced financial difficulties because as I was away from my work 3 months, it saved us so many years to save like this many thousands of dollars, and it went away in 3 months. Yeah. So I was like, man, that was hard to do, and it's gone, So, I don't know about y'all, but I know with me and my husband, when we don't have any money flowing, it just causes arguments and things like that. We get stressed out for, food and light and gas, whatever. So it caused that friction between us. And, that's when I realized, like, man, here we are, me and my husband, wasting our energy on that when we when we can be focused on our children or in their activities, and we can be more focused on bettering ourselves, not always just worrying like what we're used to do the past 12 years of our life, or I don't know, I've been with them for a long time, 20 years of our life. But so anyway, so I experienced that, and I said, you know what? It's time to get to work. It's time to see if It Works can really deliver all this good stuff to me, And so I got to work, and all I did, guess what I did? I completed the steps to success, maybe 2-3 times a month. So, steps to success is run your auto shipment. Step 1, be a product of the product. You still need product anyway to sample at sample parties and stuff like that. So they were gonna go anyways, or I was going to use the wraps on myself. Actually, I use all the products on myself, but, and it's a write-off. It's a business write-off. So, that's all I have to invest, So that's your step 1, pretty simple. Step 2 is asking people if they want your products. And let me tell you, the word out in the market is like more positive. It Works in the street is like this. I was gonna say another word. It's the stuff. It's the stuff out there. So, what we have behind us, the products are amazing. Like everything from the fat fighters all the way to wrap, like everything is great. So our products are good. People want them. People are going to continue to come back and back and back to us every year. I mean, people just think about every time people want to lose weight, right? That's a portion of what we sell, weight loss. So people want to lose weight almost every year. Guess what? My customers come back to me every year because the products work. But I tell them, look, before you stop your auto shipment on your 3rd and 4th month, keep some greens and keep ordering fat fighters so you can maintain where you're at. And so next year we can focus like on a deeper level as far as weight loss goes, you know? So they're going to come back and forth to you. You know, that's what you want to generate. So, it never goes out of style. What we have never goes out of style. I mean, people always need what we have. So some things I want to leave you all with is, you know, to be honest, like the most challenging part in this business is helping other people get uncomfortable. So you will start to succeed in this business if you get uncomfortable doing a few things. And what I mean by that is like that fear crap that comes through your head all the time, or those doubts and things like that. Doing what is not common is going to give you like everything that you want here. If you get comfortable being uncomfortable, and of course, eventually you're not going to worry about that anymore after a while. But in the beginning, yeah, you do have to get uncomfortable. And you can have a lot of things happening here. So another thing that I wrote here is that, you know, I know that like we talk about goals. I mean, y'all seen Tiffany Cody Chapman they're closing her house next week, but you know, Tiffany hit Presidential Diamond like 11 months in this business, and it took her 4 years to go ambassador after that. But at the end of the day, 6 years later, she closed on their dream home in the Hill Country. You know, that beautiful home is like a lot of money. Plus they paid off a lot of debt. So, you know, here she is, this, you know, hairstylist that's shy as can be, succeeding in this company. You know, once I met Tiffany Chapman in person, I'm like, man, this girl's so shy. Like, I know I'm shy, but she is really, really shy. And if this shy girl can do it, anybody can do what she's doing. That's exactly what I thought. And it's just so mind blowing. So all I have to say is just be willing to do what other people won't do. All right. Just be willing to do what other people won't do. I can't tell you how many times that my family, as I was growing to be this entrepreneur, Melissa Carzal, that I am now 4 years later, along the way, so many people threw bricks at me. So many people laughed at my face. So many people said some harsh words. But I knew that if I stayed doing this, that I'm going to be ahead of every single one of those people that said something. You know what I mean? You also want to evaluate who's giving you advice. You know, you always want to make sure they're always in a better position that you are. If you're trying to accept their advice, you know, I'm not going to accept advice from my uncle, for example, that, you know, said some harsh words about pyramid schemes when he can't even keep a darn job. You know what I mean? So, you know, just think of those things. Don't really take what people say to you too deep to where it's going to make you stop working your business, because this business can deliver anything that you want. Okay. Do y'all have any questions for me? I'm going to mute everybody. Unmute. So everybody is unmuted. So if y'all want to ask me any questions, feel free to do that. I would love to answer them for you.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on my business cards that came with my kit, what is the
advantage to say using those and possibly where would you say would be the best?
All right, we'll start with that. I'm going to mute everybody, and then I'm going to unmute you, Michelle. Unmute. Okay, perfect. All right, so Michelle's question is, she got those Blitz cards that are in the Business Builder Kit when you sign up $99. You get how many, about 10 or 20?
I didn't count exactly how many, but I saw a stack of them.
Okay. Yeah, so, you know, Pam Souter, and I say Pam Souter because we just recently got off a call with her a few days ago, and everything that she said, I recorded it, and it's just like I keep rewind, you know, playing it over and over and over and over. But she said about the Blitz card, you know, when somebody asked her about, you know, how do you talk to people about it? You know, again, you want to think simple, right? The first thing that comes across your head is simple, simple, simple. Don't like over talk. But what she said is, hey, I have coupons for my business. Would you like one?
Right. Okay.
That's it. That's
Okay.
really it. Ain't that so simple, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to say this and this and this and this. I have coupons for my business. Would you like one? Or mine used to always be my favorite. In the beginning, I used to always say, hey, I'm new to the area. I'm expanding. I would like to expand my business. Can I give you one of my business cards? You know, you can say that way. Although it's a Blitz card with the wrap information, it's still considered a business card. It's just an oversized one. But when she said that, it was just so simple. I'm like, man, I'm just going to start saying that, you know, hey, I would like to give you a coupon for my business. So many people want it, you know, or something like that in that, you know, aspect. Now, if you ever feel like, oh, I don't want to give it to this person because she's going to think that I'm targeting her because she is overweight or because she has a stomach or because she has big arms, whatever. I thought that in the very beginning, but after so many people accepted my card, I got over that fear. And so I just say that coupon thing now. I'd like to give you a coupon for my business. Is that okay? And, you know, and they normally take it. And when they look at it, you know, they look at the front and the back. And if they're interested, they're going to be like, oh, does that thing really work? They're going to ask you questions, you know. Then, of course, you can exchange phone numbers or, hey, I like to share my before and after photo with you. Can I have your cell phone number? You know, when you share it some way like that, people are like, I get so many phone numbers and I don't even know anybody. Like, I'm so used to giving out my phone number. Like, it's all over Google. It's all over Instagram, everywhere. But again, you know, in the beginning, I was scared. You know, am I going to have stalkers and this and that? But anyway, so yeah, so that's how you can share that. Do you have any other questions?
You know, I've probably got plenty, but I just can't think of them right now.
Yeah, okay. So Michelle, I don't know if we're Facebook friends. I think we are. But if any questions come up, feel free to message me direct on Messenger on Facebook.
Okay.
Because the you know, the easier it is for you to understand it, the faster it is for you to overcome it and just keep going, you know. All right. Does anybody else have questions? Everybody's unmuted.
Hi, Marlene.
Hey, Marlene. Hey, Veronica.
Hi.
Does anyone have questions for me? I think I said everything that I wanted to talk about tonight. I think we're pretty good. So today is Thursday. We are going to have an opportunity call on Tuesday. Let me mute everybody again. So every other Tuesday, we do opportunity calls. It's actually a conference phone number that you can send your potentials to dial in to listen to. It's also going to be recorded. It's actually helped me bring in a few distributors. And I know, again, in the very beginning of my business, I needed all the help that I can get to grow my team because I just didn't have time, you know, everybody I know a lot of you may be working full time right now. So on Tuesday evening, we're going to have a conference call. We'll list all the information. We normally post that like on Mondays. So we're going to definitely share it with every single person so that way you can add all your potentials to listen in on that call on Tuesday. And then the next day on Wednesday, we're going to have another online party. We're going to be talking about the products, and we're going to also be talking about how they can make money as well with us. Okay? So that's what we have in the forecast. This Sunday, if you were in the San Antonio area or Houston and want to drive to San Antonio, we're having a mini boot camp. It's pretty great. Pretty great. I just made that up. And I plan on going on Sunday. So we have that scheduled. And then, of course, conference in June, the green carpet is what we call it in June. So we have that going in Florida. All right. So that's what's upcoming, guys. I hope you all have a great night. I'm going to go feed the rest of my kids that have not ate. They're knocking on my door now. All right. So you have a good one, and we will see you all later. So have a good night.